Nintendo actually got them to change it. This is so retarded and an overreach of power for such a broad concept. How did Nintendo get away with these things? People, if Nintendo is like upheld, it's basically telling every big company that the way that you want to make money is basically buying up all of the conceptual real estate of video games.
From commanding the gaming world to being mysteriously sidelined, what's happening to Warhammer, Black Myth Wukong, and Stellar Blade? These games, loved by fans, are suddenly in the circle of controversy, and leading the charge against this alleged foul play, none other than the king of MMO streaming, Asmongold. Stick around as we reveal why Asmongold is calling out the gaming industry's dirty tricks, and how these fan favorites might have been blacklisted from top honors. It all started with what should have been an exciting moment for gamers everywhere, the Players' Choice Game Awards, a chance for the community to vote for their favorite games of the year. Leading the pack was Black Myth. For days, it held the top spot. But then, things got weird. Out of nowhere, the votes began shifting in ways that didn't make sense. A massive surge of votes suddenly flooded in, not for Black Myth Wukong, but against it. At the same time, other games like Honkai Star Rail shot up the rankings. The shift wasn't gradual or organic, it was sudden. Naturally, people started asking questions. Here comes Asmongold, Twitch's biggest MMO streamer and a renowned face in the gaming world. He took to his stream, dissecting the voting patterns and highlighting just how unnatural they seemed. His conclusion? The system was being manipulated.
Has a super fan who is producing and also starring in the show. It has massive budget behind it. It has great IP. If there is any chance of a Warhammer 40k series succeeding, this is the entire chance right here.
As his clip gained traction on social media, more gamers began digging into the situation. This wasn't just about which game won, it was about fairness. Fans who had passionately voted for their favorites felt betrayed, while others started losing trust in the integrity of the awards. To understand the why, we need to look at the games themselves. Let's start with Black Myth Wukong. This game has been in the spotlight since its first jaw-dropping trailer. It didn't just catch the attention of gamers, it became a cultural phenomenon, especially in China, where it's seen as a source of pride in the global gaming scene. Some gamers accused Black Myth Wukong of being overhyped, saying it was all flash and no substance. Others criticized the developer Game Science Studio for not sharing enough gameplay updates.
Of all the pre-release discourse around Black Myth Wukong's development studio and their oddly specific restrictions for streamers who were given codes, which included not discussing China, feminism, or COVID, yeah, that went over.
God.
Then there's Honkai Star Rail, another massive contender in the awards. Developed by MiHoYo, it had an enormous fan base, but not without controversy. Some gamers argued that MiHoYo's massive marketing campaigns gave them an unfair advantage, drowning out smaller indie games. Others were just tired of seeing MiHoYo dominate every popularity contest and wanted to disrupt their streak. Then there's the theory that some of the interference wasn't even from fans at all. Some allege that bots and fake accounts were involved, targeting games to artificially sway the results. This raises a whole new question. Who benefits from this chaos? If you've ever played a Warhammer game, you know they're all about grand battles and intricate strategies. But what you might not expect is for a Warhammer title to get caught up in controversy so intense it results in an outright ban. So, what happened? This all goes back to Total War Warhammer 3, a critically acclaimed strategy game beloved for its massive battles and faithful adaptation of the Warhammer fantasy universe. The trouble started when Warhammer 3 was suddenly disqualified from the Players' Choice Awards. The official reason? Allegations of vote manipulation. Reports suggested that a coordinated effort had flooded the voting system in favor of Warhammer 3.
I was not even mad at IGN because of how flagrantly ridiculous this is. We just changed all the votes.
But it wasn't just about the game itself. Some argued that the Warhammer fanbase might have been too zealous. Others believed that rival fan groups deliberately inflated votes to frame Warhammer 3 and get it banned. In either case, the result was the same. Total War Warhammer 3 was disqualified. This led to larger debates about the integrity of the voting system. Was Warhammer unfairly targeted? Were the developers to blame for not addressing their fanbase's behavior? Or was this just a casualty of a flawed process? Asmongold didn't mince words. During a live stream, he expressed frustration with the way the entire situation was handled, calling the disqualification of Total War Warhammer 3 a total mess. He questioned the fairness of banning a game outright due to allegations of vote tampering, especially without publicly providing hard evidence. He also turned his attention to the broader issue of fan culture, but Asmongold didn't stop there. He accused the awards organizers of being unprepared for the realities of modern online voting.
Strengths of their female characters, but where Bayonetta stands out with an iconic character design, or even 2B with Nier Automata inspires an entire generation of cosplayers, Eve from Stellar Blade is just bland, a doll sexualized by someone who's never seen a...
His audience, naturally, was divided. Some praised him for speaking the truth, while others argued he was oversimplifying a complex issue. Either way, his comments added fuel to an already blazing fire. Asmongold's take highlighted a growing frustration within the gaming community, not just with the controversy itself, but with the systems and structures that allowed it to happen. The gaming media's response to the Warhammer 3 controversy was as polarizing as the ban itself. News outlets, blogs, and gaming influencers rushed to cover the story. On one side, several gaming journalists defended the decision to disqualify Warhammer 3, emphasizing the importance of maintaining integrity in award processes. Articles with headlines like "A Necessary Move to Protect Gaming Awards" and "Why Rules Matter, Even for Popular Games," flooded social media. These outlets highlighted the allegations of vote tampering, portraying the ban as a way to send a strong message against manipulation. The controversy also opened the door for broader conversations about the role of gaming media in shaping public opinion. Many accused certain outlets of being biased, pointing out that some publications seemed to favor other nominees over Warhammer 3.
Yes? God damn! He actually posted this. Hey man, CEO of Saber here. When we signed a deal to make Space Marines 2, all I wanted was a throwback game. We had the chance to work on something which by its nature was old school.
Meanwhile, independent gaming influencers like Asmongold and others took a more critical approach. Social media platforms became battlegrounds for opinion pieces, memes, and debates between fans and journalists. Some saw this as a natural consequence of the internet's power, while others worried it was a sign of how fractured the gaming community had become. By the time the dust settled, the gaming media had not only reported on the Warhammer controversy, but had also become a central player in the drama. Whether it was through investigative pieces, opinion columns, or heated tweets, their influence in shaping public perception was undeniable. The Warhammer 3 ban has shocked the gaming industry. While the immediate impact has been felt by fans, developers, and award organizers, the broader implications could reshape the way we think about gaming awards, community involvement, and corporate influence in the future. One of the biggest takeaways from this controversy is the growing demand for transparency in gaming awards. Fans are now asking tough questions about how decisions are made behind closed doors. How are votes counted? What mechanisms are in place to prevent vote manipulation? What guarantees are there that popular games aren't unfairly disqualified based on ambiguous rules? This situation could prompt gaming award bodies to adopt more rigorous protocols and offer clearer explanations for their choices. Expect future controversies like this to trigger calls for external audits of voting systems and stricter rules about what constitutes an unfair advantage. In the eyes of many, the Warhammer 3 incident has exposed a need for more robust safeguards to protect the integrity of the awards process. Another important consequence is the heightened role of fans and gaming communities in influencing industry decisions. The Warhammer ban became more than just a controversy about one game. The rapid backlash from the Warhammer community showed the immense power fans have when they unite behind a cause. Corporate sponsors and advertisers in the gaming industry may also face increased scrutiny as a result of this controversy. Critics of the Warhammer 3 ban argued that big companies with deep pockets could leverage their financial power to sway voting outcomes, while smaller or independent games might struggle to get the recognition they deserve. So, what do you think? Is the ban of Warhammer 3 justified, or is there a problem in the gaming world? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights. See you in the next one.